We had a real oral tradition in our house. I knew the word griot when I was a little boy. A griot was a person in Africa who was charged with keeping the stories of the village. Everyone would tell a griot the stories and they would remember them all so that they could tell future generations. And when they got old, they'd tell them to someone else. And they say in Africa, when a griot dies, it's like a library was burnt, man.
The griots were these brilliant African storytellers who learned for generations, from father to son, mother, daughter, the stories of their people, their kings, their lands, etc., and so forth. In order to instruct others, they would have these huge sessions where they would sit around and pass these stories down and instruct people and so forth.
And the griot is the man who sits down there, who knows the history, who knows every single story that is important, relevant for that kingdom.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Griot. Welcome to Griot's Word, episode 11. This is part one, of course. Today, I wanted to start off with talking about the disrespect that Congresswoman-elect Cori Bush received when she walked into Congress. She walked in the mask she chose to wear that day bore the name Breonna Taylor. Now, if you've been living under a rock and you don't know who Breonna Taylor is, which I'm pretty sure everybody does, at this point, she was gunned down in Kentucky while sleeping at home with her boyfriend because police officers raided her house with a no-knock warrant, which they shouldn't have done. I don't care what anyone says. If you come to someone's house and you go in guns a-blazing and you don't even say who you are, whoever is in that residence has the right to defend themselves, just like anybody else would. So if you don't know who Congresswoman-elect Cori Bush is, she was just voted in, and she's an activist. She's been doing this for a while. Before that, she was a military member, and she is a strong black woman, and she deserves the respect that she has gained up to this point. Now, down the line, if she does something wrong and, she doesn't serve that seat the way she's supposed to, then we can have a conversation about it. But up to this point, this woman has put her life and her morals and her ethics on the front line, and she's showing you who she is. But when she went into Congress, the GOP congressmen and women that were there were calling her Breonna, as if they didn't know who Breonna Taylor was. How can you live in a political field and not know that name? That's like me wearing one that says George Floyd. Instantly, you should know who that is. If I wore one that said Elvis, you'd know who it is. Elvis Presley. That's disrespectful. She didn't make a big scene about it. She went about her day. Matter of fact, in a tweet that she responded with what had occurred, she said that at least they're saying her name. And that, to me, rings volumes. Good on you, Miss Cori Bush. I'm looking forward to seeing what you bring to the table and what you do for America further. Thank you for your service. Thank you for being a military member. Thank you for being an activist. Thank you for standing for the people and your people. And now you stand for America as a whole. So, I wish nothing but the best for you. If you were one of those individuals that disrespected her, you should feel ashamed and you should apologize, because that's wrong on so many levels. Especially since Breonna did not get the justice that she deserved. It was swept under the rug. Hello, my people. All right, switch it up a little bit. As I shift through the media and social media outlets, I have noticed, and I continue to notice, how black men and women, we have so many issues with each other. So many complaints, so many gripes, and I'm talking about it comes from like the littlest, pettiest places. We gotta learn to get along, yo. If someone has wronged you or done you dirty in the past, you gotta. I talked about it earlier. It's called going through life in seasons. You went through it for a reason, so you could learn from that and then move on. Your past relationships is not your future relationship, and if you treat your future relationship like you did that past relationship or holding on to that baggage and that grudge, you're not going to get anywhere. You're stuck. You're in limbo. You got to pull yourself up out of that. You got to be open. Your heart has to be open to receiving that possible love and affection that the individual that you're trying to be with is willing to give you. You hold on to that past stuff and you start putting up them walls, you're never going to get it. And if you do get it, you might get it for a little bit, but it's going to be a facade. Because later on, when there is a problem, you're going to revert back to that past person that you were. And you're supposed to transcend, not digress. So we got to come together. We got to figure this out. The shaming, you got to stop that. Black men ain't shit. Black women ain't shit. They got attitudes. Fellas, we got to understand where those attitudes come from. Our women go through a lot. Ladies, we need y'all to understand that, yes, while you think we ain't shit, we still love y'all and we going through a lot ourselves. You got to learn to meet each other on an even plane, find out what it is, what's the issue, and then work through it. Because everyone else, regardless of color, they go through it too. Do we have some strong issues and like our past has put us in a place where we might have a little more baggage? That is very true. But we're stronger for it. So we got to learn to love each other, vice fight each other. It's starting to get a little bit out of hand, man. It's okay. It's okay to be upset sometimes. That's why you talk through it. That's what being in a relationship is about. It's called communication. Just something to keep in the back of your mind next time you want to go straight to the he ain't shit, she ain't shit scenario. Try and figure out what it is that's causing them to be like that. Because then you can work through it. I'm going to talk and I'm going to keep on talking and I'm going to hope somebody gets it and understands where I'm coming from and why I'm saying the things I'm saying. Because I'm one of those individuals, I just like to be on the outside looking in. You know what I'm saying? Like, which is me most of the time anyway. And I see friends, family members, individuals who I wouldn't even call friends, but I don't have no ill will towards them. And when they're going through all the stuff that they're going through, in my head sometimes I'll just be like, it's very avoidable. Like that stress that you have and that you walking around with, you can get rid of that quickly. You holding on to it, you causing yourself damage. Let that shit go. Y'all got to, man. We already got enough to deal with in this world. January 5th, watch out. There will be an election coming up in Georgia that is huge. Please, please, please follow and pay attention. They're already talking about the GOP giving $47 million to Purdue and Kelly Loefflin. And it kind of blows my mind, and I wish money wasn't in politics. $47 million. Some of us just wish we had $1 million. People getting evicted from their homes. It's hard to feed your family. I'm talking about bills on bills on bills, school debt, medical bills are shooting through the roof right now. And you giving $47 million to these two individuals because you want to hold on to the power in the Senate. And you know that these two individuals have not been doing their job the way they're supposed to do. Hey, you know what? Shout out to John Ossoff, Reverend Warnick. I'm going to be giving some of my money to your guys' cause. I am from Georgia. I understand how big this is. If you are a family member, a friend, an associate, someone I knew in the past, and you still live in Georgia, if you are military members and you have, and you're still based out of Georgia or whatever it is, if you can vote in Georgia, this election is huge. It's to control the Senate. This, like I say, if you live in America, politics and the political climate is important because you live in America. So what we go through in America, that's why we are able to vote. We vote for the individuals that make up the rules, the laws, the legislature. And even though they're in Georgia, the Senate is above the House. So a lot of the laws and the rules, the guidelines in the legislature that's going to be going through before the president can sign it has to go through the Senate. Please, please, please do your research. And if you're voting in Georgia, or you can vote in Georgia, and you didn't vote in the presidential election, the primaries, or anything like that, do your research on who these individuals are and cast your ballot. Please. All right, y'all. Stay tuned for part 2.